All right, Tina, we've been hearing a lot of national coverage about the fall of SBF. That's crypto king Sam Bankman-Fried. Chicago's got its own ties, though, to this crypto collapse. So let's start with mayoral candidate Congressman Chuy Garcia. What's his connection?
Okay, so as you know, Bankman-Fried is accused. He's charged in the U.S. Attorney's Office in New York, and he's also charged by regulators of wire fraud, misusing money from this cryptocurrency thing to funnel it into a hedge fund. Arrested in Bahamas. There's going to be a movie for sure. We need to see this. But basically, what we're seeing is a trickling down of where did he use this money, and he had contributed to different campaigns. So there's a $200,000 independent expenditure committee contribution that benefited Chuy Garcia earlier this year, prior to the general election.
I see.
So that is the question. With independent expenditure committees, there's so many things that we need to learn of the process of how people are able to do this. But basically, he also gave Chuy Garcia an individual contribution, and he has returned that. That's how it goes, especially in Chicago. If you have ties to something shady, you give the money away. So he already did that. But there's more questions about why did this guy choose to support Chuy in the primary when he was running unopposed.
Very interesting.
So there's a million stories about this, but it's very interesting to see where the money went, why he did what he did. There's some journalism organizations in this. So it's very interesting to see. Everyone will be following this money and his intentions, but this guy seems to be in big trouble.
Well, Mick and Jacoby, how harmful is this to Garcia's mayoral bid?
I think a lot of people have...
It's Chicago.
Right. By the time you get to the end of the coverage, people are saying, oh, it feels like the Chicago way in some respects. And I think he'll probably be able to separate them because if we start looking at some of the other front runners, donors, Mick just pointed out earlier, that pushing through of the soccer training facility, the billionaire owner has donated to Lightfoot's campaigns at some point throughout her tenure. And so is she going to have to, live that contribution down? And if we start going through other people's, financial records, we might not find things we like. So I think eventually people will forget about it. There are 11 candidates. It's not going to stick.
It's also so hard to explain cryptocurrency. Try to explain that to your mom, and she's like, "What are you talking about?"
I still don't get it.
Yeah,
that's why you guys are here. There's a new poll though, Tina, that's showing Congressman Garcia actually leading in the mayoral race, right?
Yes, it's a poll commissioned by Local 150, so you have to take it with a grain of salt. But it is good when it's reported where you say where it came from. I think that's essential. So clearly they have some say in this. But he is up by 7 points in this poll. And they also showed some favorable numbers if he were to be in a runoff with Lori Lightfoot. Their people say this was taken the day that he announced his candidacy with all these glowing stories. So they're kind of downplaying it. They're saying it's early. They're also saying, hey, remember Lori Lightfoot had no support in the last polls before she won? I remember talking to her the Sunday before the election, and she was very casual and jokey, telling me about her favorite Clash song. You would never know that that's what would happen. So I think, that it's very early, and you can't totally bank on these numbers.
Yeah, and the congressman was not at Tuesday's Northwest Side mayoral debate as well. Did his crypto campaign donation, you think, have anything to do with his decision to not attend?
I think she's in a position when you're an incumbent to say, hey, I'm busy, I'm running city council meetings, I'm doing things.
Yeah, because you're talking about Mayor Lightfoot also wasn't there.
Yes,
so they
Mayor
both
Lightfoot
weren't there.
Yes.
To be fair.
So they're kind of acting like the front runners. They're picking and choosing. What do we have to do?
What do you think, Mick? Do you think we're going to hear a lot more about this crypto drama leading up to February?
I doubt it, unless a lot more unfolds tied to it. If there's more money, if something comes out where, there was some sort of more clear pay-to-play arrangement or the appearance of one, maybe it could get a little legs. But I agree with Jacoby. I think there's so many other issues people are worked up about. That forum you're just talking about, it sounds like crime was the biggest issue on candidates' minds for sure. And that's what I hear from a lot of voters. Crime, economic development, some of the issues I already talked about, traffic safety. I think it's going to be a lot more things that really people are dealing with day to day. And usually campaign contributions is way down the list unless there's something really onerous about it or ugly about it.